So here I'm in a gathering space, I guess I would call it, and here I can move around using using the arrow keys to move around the space. And as you can see, there's a doorway that leads to another room. And also, if I get close to people, I can talk to them. Right now, there isn't anyone inside of my space, so I can't talk to anyone. But I'm hoping to get some people in here so I can talk to them. And then if I go into this little area, you can see a little video in the left-hand corner that pops up. That's just sort of like an interactive way of showing videos, where if you walk up to a space, the video will pop up and I can click here and play it, and if I press X, it'll show the video in full screen. And that's just another way to show material or content to a participant. And I'm going to show you a little bit more about that as I walk through the different rooms. So I'm going to walk in here, and as you can see, this is sort of like an office space where there's a desk that has documents, and if I press the X button, I can see what the document is. So it's just a document showing us a little bit more about how this system works. And that's pretty cool because you can put different documentation around a space. If you're having a classroom that you need students to view some type of instructions, I think that's a good way to show them some type of documentation. And here I can walk through this doorway here and go into another little space. As you can see, private spaces makes conversations easier. So if I walk into this private space, nobody outside of this space will be able to hear the conversation. And as you can see here, a video has popped up in the left hand corner because this is an interactive object. So if I press X, we'll be able to see the video full screen. And I'm just going to press X again and close out. So you can put links to videos. You can put your own video in there if you need it. And if I go through here, this is another room. And you can basically make rooms however you want. This is just, they have a bunch of templates you can use. You can also start off with a blank canvas to basically add whatever you want to your room. So my idea is to sort of build like a classroom that we allow students to come in and interact with each other and also interact with us. And we could also, control the room and have different spaces where students can, break out and, just collaborate, just have a collaborative type feel to it. And here's just another demo room, which I guess is it's like a conference exhibitor hall type thing. So if I walk up to some of the different booths, there's basically a private space, and I guess you can make these different spaces private spaces, and different people could come up to you and talk, and you won't be able to hear outside of this space. And of course you can add interactive objects in there. And I think that's a pretty cool feature to have as well. And here Spotlight mode Spotlight mode allows you to talk to the whole room. So if I was to step on this spotlight, I would then present to the whole room. I forgot to mention that I can also share my screen if I wanted to, and I could also show my camera by clicking the little camera icon here. And now I'm visible in the lower right hand corner. But if we had other participants in here, the video would pop up on the top of the screen, and you will be able to see everyone who shows their video. So that's just another example of the way this can be used. And then here's a sort of a co-working space, also a classroom, all in here. So we have a couple of different private areas over here. There's a whiteboard here that I think is pretty cool when it comes to teaching like math or any other subject that you need to draw on sort of a whiteboard. And here I've already drawn my name. You can see my my sloppy handwriting, so I'm going to erase that. And basically this is a shared board, so anybody that walks up to this board will be able to see what's being drawn here as well as draw on the board as well. So here let's get some different colors in there. Yep. So I think that's a pretty cool, way to teach or even collaborate with your team or your students. And then here we have a classroom, just sort of a classroom type style. So if I go on this highlight, this what is it called? Oh, the spotlight square. This will basically broadcast to the entire room. And here's an example of an office. These are private spaces, so you can sit here and talk to your coworkers or students here, and then students outside of here won't be able to necessarily hear you. And basically, you can customize it just like this. We have like a sort of a conference table. I have a few whiteboards on the wall, and yeah, that's pretty much the overview of this system, of this program, this web application. I don't know what you want to call it, but I think it's a pretty cool way to collaborate with students, or anybody that you want to collaborate with. So yeah, so that's that. That's that.